Three things to be aware of when we are creating our dream relationships. This is something that's very important. When I started to implement it into my life, I started to see significant changes. I felt more connected. I felt more ease. I felt more grace within my relationships, both family and chosen family. These are known as the three perceptions that we can take to our relationships. The first one is of the self. We are only aware of and are concerned with how we're thinking and feeling, our perceptions, our behaviors, our actions, what we are experiencing and what's true to us without taking into consideration the outside world. And the issue with this is that our perception doesn't always equal reality. In fact, majority of the time, our perception doesn't actually resemble or reflect the true objective reality, and we start to influence and project our shadows and our limiting beliefs or limiting viewpoints onto other people, and that creates friction, that creates misunderstandings, and not feeling fully connected. When you have both people operating from the perspective of their self, not putting themselves in the shoes of the other person and trying to understand each other, then people are only going to butt heads and majority of the time overall reach a place of disconnect. The second perception is seeing the view through the other. Now, this perception is based in trying to see it from the other person's point of view, other person's perspective. Understanding that there are infinite possibilities that exist in the realm of perception, and that we have the opportunity to practice seeing it and empathize where other people are coming from. Because when we can empathize, we can relate better, and then thus we can understand better. And when we can understand people better, there's more connection, and that builds more trust. And the more trust there is, the more intimacy we have in our relationships. When we're living from this place of not trying to view other people's perception as right or wrong, but seeing what's helpful or unhelpful, and asking questions and getting curious and how can we understand each other, this is a beautiful place to live from, and you'll find so much more depth in your relationships and getting along with a lot more people, because the foundation is unconditional acceptance. There's no you're wrong, I'm right, blah 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 blah, I disagree, blah blah blah. It's mutual understanding and acceptance and love and compassion and being with the other person fully. And the third perception that you can operate out of, which is powerful for creating amazing relationships, is what's called the observer. Now, from this perception, you're kind of like a witnesser. You're just observing the objective reality, the objective truth that's unfolding here. You're not under relating, operating out of the self. You're not only seeing it through your lens and under relating to people. And you're not over relating by going into their viewpoint and making it about yourself and letting that influencing you. There's a common neutrality in the middle, this witnesser observing. You're observing yourself and you're observing what's happening within the other person, and open to it all and finding what is the objective truth within it all, and expressing yourself authentically, hearing them express themselves authentically, and taking what transpired out of that interaction and using that as a tool to grow together in more love, understanding, and compassion. These are the three perceptions to influence your relationships and to find more ease and grace. Super simple tool that you can implement with anybody. And as you start to practice this, what you'll start to notice is that you'll have your relationships will feel more light, easier, effortless. You'll have more love and understanding. You won't be arguing as much, and you'll be seeking to hear each other. And sometimes you get to be the one that does this first. Well, why don't they do this first? Why don't they hear me first? You got to be the change that you want to see. If you want to have loving and understanding relationships, are you being loving and understanding? If you're not, then you're being a victim and waiting for the outside world to change in order for you to experience what you want to experience. If these are things you're claiming and you're having problems with your relationships, give this a try. I promise you it can only do good in your life. Thank you for watching today's video. I'm so grateful that you were able to tune in today. I hope you got some value out of it. And comment, what are some of your favorite things to use within relationships that has been able to expand them into more love and understanding. I appreciate you guys. I love you. And I hope you guys are having an amazing day.